It's your boy Ringo, back again with another video. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. What we're talking about is the topic of no one can stop you but you. No one can stop you but you. The world we live in is a very interesting place because it can be heaven, it can be hell, it can be so many different things. And sometimes we have uncertainty, sometimes we worry, and we can doubt ourselves. And it'll prevent us from reaching a level of success that we really want to reach, but it's like we'll let things and issues paralyze us and take us off of our square. So what I want to talk about is no one can really stop you but you. Like no one. And I realize this, like no one can really stop you but you. You're the only one who can actually cause that problem. A lot of times we think other people could stop us because they're trying so hard and they might be doing things to irritate you, to take you off your square. But if the truth be told, no one can stop you but you. Only you can do that. I mean, people can try. People can do things to irritate you. They can do things to try to, I guess, provoke you. But for the most part, nobody can technically stop you but you. Only you can do that. So you got to look at yourself and think about what are you doing right now that's preventing you from going to the next level? What are you doing right now that's causing you to give up on life and give up on what you plan? Because sometimes you just need a jump start. Sometimes you need some motivation to really get yourself back in the game. But no one can stop you but you. If you allow people to stop you from whatever it is you're trying to do, then you're not really built to do whatever it is you're trying to do. Because how could you allow another individual that is not going where you're going, and you allow their words, their negativity to take you away from what you know you're supposed to be doing? A lot of you know what you're supposed to be doing, and sometimes you stop because you let other people's opinions make you give up on whatever it is you planned on doing. And you shouldn't do that. Only you can stop you. If another person is able to stop you from doing what you're doing, that means they have power over you. Nobody should have that kind of power over you, where they could just make you feel uncomfortable, and before you know it, you gave up on whatever it is you do. Nobody should have that level of power. Nah, it's too much power to give a person. You're better off just being about your business and don't let nobody take you off your square. Here's the thing, guys. You gotta purposely make up your mind that you're gonna be doing certain things in order to win. You gotta purposely do this, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to survive. That's the only way you're gonna be able to make it. Because nobody else ain't gonna be able to make it for you. Nobody else is going to how can I say, nobody's going to do the work for you. If you don't do the work, it's not going to get done. Procrastinating, being lazy, taking days off, relaxing and just getting idle and comfortable with being lazy, that's going to cause you to fail in everything you do. There got to be a certain discipline about you that would make you grow and continue to build in whatever it is you're trying to do. Again, nobody can stop you but you. You're the only one that can really stop you from whatever it is you're trying to do. Only you. And that's something that a lot of people don't get. They don't understand that, It's like, if you're trying to work out, right? You want to go to the gym, you want to do some fitness or whatever the case is, nobody can stop you but you, right? So it's up to you to stay motivated. Now, the way life works is there'll be days you're going to be depressed. There are going to be days when you're going to literally not want to feel like doing no work. You're going to have days where you feel depressed. You're going to have days when you're going to be full of anxiety due to different things that may be concerning you. Maybe you're concerned about money. Maybe you're concerned about how you're going to pay your bills or whatever. All of those different things that you experience in life, those are all challenges. To be honest with you, all of the things that everybody's worrying about, those are blockers that's trying to stop you from making progress. The way I look at it is you got to get your mind right. Anytime you're facing difficulty, you got to get your mind right. You got to clear your mind and get your mind to focus on the goal and try to figure out, okay, how can I overcome these adversities? Let me stop worrying. Let me stop fretting myself. Let me stop debating my minds and my thoughts and all of these things that's going on. Let me stop doing that. Let me focus on solutions. You got to focus on solutions. You got to focus on the things that really matter. Because if you don't do that, you're going to fall apart. Because with all the experiences that I experience, I can tell you there are days when I feel down. There are days when I may feel symptoms of depression. There may be days when I feel like maybe I failed, There are days when I feel like that. I'm not perfect in the sense of like every day is just perfect for me all the time. When you're working and you're building and you're doing different things, there are different challenges that come. And a lot of you have these challenges, and if you're not careful, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't have a schedule, you're going to get yourself frustrated and you're going to quit. You're going to give up. You're going to become lazy, and you're not going to take care of business the way you're supposed to. So only you can really stop. Only you can really prevent you from making progress. No one else can stop you but you. Now, I'm going to give you some tips on how to, keep yourself in the game. Number one, you want to write this down, and you want to make sure that you listen to the whole video straight through, because you don't want to miss any of the key points that I'll be sharing. Again, what you want to do is you want to focus on a game plan. You want to focus on, number one, your energy. Your energy is very important. Energy is everything. In order to stay active, in order to stay in the game, In order to reach your goals, your body, your health, all of that got to stay on point. So before we get you on the right path, we got to focus on your health, your mental health. What's going on upstairs? What's going on in your mind? How do you see yourself? To me, these are things that are very important. And that's what's going to help you to really understand the truth so that you're able to move further. Because if not, you're never going to be able to make it. You're going to break down. You're going to give up. You're going to fail at everything, because if your mind, right, is not thinking in line with success, if everything is not on the same level, then everything that you see, everything that's going on around you is going to look hopeless. It's mind over matter. You have to get to the point where your mind, the way you think, we got to get that in order. That's the most important thing. So your mental health is very important. How do you see yourself? Before we begin, let's kind of just walk through your life, right? Hopefully you have a job, but let's start off with no job. Let's say you're a person and you don't got no job, right? You're just kind of just trying to figure it out. You're struggling. You don't really got a game plan, but you know you're supposed to be doing well in life. You got a skill, you got a talent, you got something that you do, but you just don't know how to get it off the ground, right? Okay. First thing first is your health. Your health got to be in order. In order for you to really do productive things, in order for you to really grind and get it in terms of using your talents, using your gifts, doing whatever it is you do, you got to be healthy. So fitness is very important. You got to work out. You see like how I'm doing content and I'm taking these walks? That's a part of fitness. So I'm doing content, but at the same time, I'm getting a workout. It's like I'm getting some cardio in. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing work while doing my work. And that's actually helping the body. Because if your body is a busybody, if you're just in your house all day and you're not exercising, you're not taking care of yourself, then mentally, you're in debt. We don't want you to be in debt to yourself. We want you to be healthy. So you need to have a program that you can stick with, that can help you to have not only the energy, but the endurance and the stamina to get through the work. Because here's the thing. It takes discipline to really be successful at whatever it is you do. It takes discipline. It takes being a person who not only take what you do serious, but it's like you don't procrastinate with whatever it is. You don't worry about those things. You get what I'm saying? And for me, the way I think about it, I just focus on the plans that I do. That's more important to me because I don't worry about nothing else. Like I don't focus on people or what people is doing. I don't focus on none of those things. I just focus on the work that I got to do. But in order to do that, I got to be disciplined mentally, in the mind. I got to be healthy in order to carry out the agenda, to carry out the plan. Because if I'm not, then I'm not going to be able to survive. So if you're that person, whether you're male or female, and you don't have a job, but you're trying to get on track, you're trying to do what you got to do, right? You got to be mentally strong. You got to be disciplined. in order to have the energy. So working out is very important. Working out, hitting the gym, hitting the park, jogging, running, cycling, because the more you do that, the more you're working on the body, the more you're working on your mind. Your mind is sharp, so you're able to think clear. The more clear you're able to think, the more you're able to focus on the positive and avoid the negative. Now, if you're a person who have a job and you're trying to get to the next level in terms of doing more to earn more, you can't just want to earn more. You got to know what you're doing. You got to like, okay, look, money don't come out of thin air. You got to do something to earn money. So only you know you. Only you know you. Only you know what you can do. So you got to know these things. It ain't like, okay, you watch this video, then tomorrow you're making all of this money. No. If anything, the video is designed to give you the tools, the inspiration, the, how can I say, to jumpstart what it is you're trying to do. Only you're supposed to know that. Because only you can make this happen. Nobody's going to make this happen for you. Nobody's going to get up and do my content for me. I got to get up and do it. I got to be disciplined. I got to get up and make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do it for me. So everything you do, it has to be something you do purposely. You got to want to do it. There got to be a schedule. Just like when you get up in the morning to go to work, you know you got to be at work at 7 o'clock. Okay. You got to have a schedule in terms of whatever it is that you do. Because a lot of times people be wanting to start a business, right? Some people, and I see this on social media a lot. A lot of people are tired of going to the 9 to 5. They're frustrated with working for somebody. Well, let me tell you, man, when you start a business or you got to set up whatever it is that you got to do, it's actually more difficult. It's more work. See, when you go to a 9 to 5, right, it's already set for you. But when you start a business, there's more work involved. So you can't be a lazy person. You can't be the type of person that just want to procrastinate all day and you're expecting success to just come to you. That's never going to happen. It's going to take a lot of work. And that's something a lot of people don't want to do. They want to, they expect it to fall from the sky. And it's not going to happen that way. You got to work. You got to put in some sort of, you got to have discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen out of the blue. So if you don't have this level of discipline in whatever it is you do, you're not going to be successful at it. So being lazy, complaining, and just being lackadaisical, that doesn't, listen, you got to get over that. We can't do that. So if you think success is going to happen because you see somebody else's success, it's not going to work for you if you're lazy. You got to be a person that is diligent, a person that want to do better, and you're actually doing the work. Because only you can stop you. Those are the rules, guys. There's no other way around it. You cannot take shortcuts when it comes to this. There are no shortcuts. No shortcuts when it comes to success. You have to have the discipline. You have to look at your situation and make the most of what you need to do. That's just the way it works, right? So now let's look at a couple of things to kind of get you up to speed so that you understand so that you can have a game plan of what to do next. Now, the world you live in is a simulation. Whatever we put out is what we get back. You ever heard the term, what you sow, you reap? You ever heard of karma? Okay. If a person sows seed and they put seed in the ground. It's supposed to grow. But in order for it to grow, they got to cultivate the ground. They got to water the seed. They have to give it the sunlight. They got to do certain things in order for it to grow. Okay, this is a principle that works all the time. So once you understand that, when you cultivate the thing that you do best in your life and you follow certain principles and you water it, you cultivate it, you spend time with it day and night, and you give it what it needs, it has to prosper. It has to be successful. It just has to. And this is something a lot of people don't understand. It's like they want the success without them doing the work. It's like they want to plant the seeds and expect everybody else to water it. It don't work like that. You got to do the work, guys. You got to do the work. You got to put in the work. You got to cultivate whatever it is you're doing. You got to make it happen, guys. So it's not that somebody else can stop you. It's you who is stopping you. You are stopping you. You got to put in that work. You got to sacrifice. You can't be lazy. It's not going to work if you're lazy. It's not. You got to be the kind of person that whatever it is you're doing, you got to take it serious. And you can't let nothing distract you. It's either you get it done or you're going to be a failure your whole life. The choice is yours, fam. There got to come a time in your life where you're like, look, enough is enough. I'm going to either get this done or I'm just going to struggle my whole life. You got to really focus on what I'm saying here, fam. Because this is serious. This is really, really serious, fam. You got a lot of people that want to live a certain way, but they don't want to put in the work to get there. They don't want to do that. They want to hope that somebody else give them an opportunity to get the success. They want someone else to somehow show them the way. Doesn't work that way. You got to work, fam. The same way you go to a 9-to-5 and you put in your hours, that's the same way when it comes to a business. But the thing is, when it's a business, nobody's telling you to go do it. So it becomes more difficult to actually put in the work. It becomes more difficult because you don't have a boss. You don't got anybody telling you what to do. So when you are actually working for yourself and running your own business, there's certain principles and certain things you got to do all the time, every day, in order to maintain the flow and keep that momentum going with that business. If not, it's going to fail. It's going to all fall apart. So, number one, you can't be lazy, man. You can't be lazy. You can't be the kind of person that procrastinate. You can't be the kind of person who is taking many days off. There's no days off when you focusing on business. There's no days off. A person that's in business don't take days off. Every day is a hustle. Every day is a grind. Every day. And you stick with it over and over and over. And you keep doing it because you're disciplined. You know what I mean? You're disciplined with what you do. And you don't give up. You got to sacrifice the time, the energy. Listen, by me doing all of this content, right? You don't think I'm gonna get tired? You don't think I'm gonna get tired by me walking back and forth and doing this content? I'm gonna get tired. I'm gonna literally feel some type of way because of the energy that I'm putting in. So I'm gonna feel like, okay, let's say I put it in, let's say I put in 3 hours, right? 3 hours making content, right? By me putting 3 hours worth of content, and I put in that time of me walking up and down, putting in the work, fam, I'm gonna have at least a good 10 videos to upload. That's a lot of work. So by the time I get back to the house, I'm ready to get me something to eat. I'm ready to relax and chill. I already did my work for the day. So I'm good to go. Do you see what I'm saying? So if I put in that level of work, I'm good for the rest of the day. It's no different than if you went to a 9 to 5 and you did your daily labor and then you came back home and you're like, man, I'm tired. I'm ready to get some food, get some rest, do what I gotta do. But now, if you did no work and you're not tired, you're not hungry, then that means you ain't really do no work. You got to put in the grind. You got to grind. You got to grind hard in the paint and put some energy out there, because that's what's going to help you to develop your muscles and your stamina and your work ethic. You got to grind. It ain't going to be handed to you. I don't want you to be lazy when it comes to working. I want you to be disciplined. I want you to know exactly what this is about. This is about you putting in work. This is about you taking what you do serious and never give up. So again, you need to have discipline. You need to exercise. You need to have your mind right so that you're able to get through whatever it is you do. I don't know what you do. I don't know what work you do. Only you know what you do, right? But in order for you to do it and do it consistently, you're going to need energy. So you got to be eating properly. You got to be taking your multivitamins. You got to get rest, proper rest. You got to drink water, right? You got to exercise, because all of these things is going to make you sharper and it's going to make you disciplined. We need for you to be disciplined in whatever it is that you do. Because if you're lazy and you're procrastinating, you're going to be broke. People that are lazy, people that procrastinate are always broke and complaining about, oh, I don't got no money. Oh, I don't got this. You don't got no money because you lazy. You don't got no money because you're busy, ignoring what you should be doing. You're ignoring what is important to you. Most people are just lazy. I'm gonna be honest. Most people are lazy. They want everything handed to them. That's not how you're gonna gain success, guys. You gain success through work. You work, you're diligent, you're smart, it pays off. Anything that you do productive-wise, and you do it every single day, you're going to be successful at it. It's a law, it's a principle, it works all the time. Anything that you do that's productive, and you do it every single day, and you're consistent with it every day, you're going to be successful at it. There's no way you're not going to benefit and grow, and it's not going to pay off. It got to pay off, because it's just like if a person is maintaining their lawn, right? Let's say you have a resident or whatever the case is, and they want their lawn to look nice, right? There's certain principles, there's certain methods, and there's certain things they got to do every day in order for their lawn to become flourishing and nice. Now, if they neglect their lawn, if they don't water their lawn, if they don't put down fertilizer, if they don't take care of, the pest, then their lawn is not going to look good. Why? Because they're following a principle. The principle is called being lazy. The principle is called neglecting. So if they neglect their lawn, if they neglect watering it, if they neglect putting on fertilizer, then guess what? Their lawn is going to look horrible. But if you want the lawn to look good, you got to apply the principles. Well, the same thing applies in everything in life. Everything in life is the same way. It works off the same laws. If you want success, you got to do something productive every day. You got to water it. You got to give it sunlight. You got to exercise it. You got to cultivate it. And you got to do it every single day. And you got to be diligent with it. Even when you're tired, you got to do it. Even when you feel like, man, I don't feel like working right now. I just want to relax. If you relax, you're going to be broke. I'm just letting you know right now. If you relax, you're going to be broke. The only time you relax is when you put in the work. That's the only time you relax. The only time you reward yourself and you take a break is after you put in the work and you paid your dues. Listen, I'm giving you nothing but game, nothing but truth. That's going to help you if you take heed to the information. Because I know what I'm talking about. I know that through hard work is how I get what I get. Hard work, discipline, being diligent, not procrastinating, not complaining. Now, again, there might be times you might feel, like giving up. There might be times you might feel like, I don't feel like working today. But I'm telling you, if you procrastinate on whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to have no success. Success only comes to those that put in the work. If you're not putting in the hours, if you're not putting in that work, you're not going nowhere. I promise you, you're not going nowhere. You're not. You got to put in the work. It's just the way it is. It's not going to, listen, success is not something someone can hand to you. It's something you got to work for. Okay? So again, the only one who can stop you is you. So make up your mind today that you're going to put in the work, that you're going to grind hard, and you're not going to give up on whatever it is that you do. Make up your mind today to put in the work. Stay consistent. Understand that it's up to you to make this happen. Nobody's going to make it happen. You want a certain lifestyle? You got to work for it. You got to grind for it. You got to build upon it. It's something you got to do all the time. It's very important, people. So take heed to the information and run with it. You run with it. Don't procrastinate. Don't get lazy. Don't get sluggish. No. It's now or never. That's how you got to see this thing. You got to look at it as it's now or never. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? Who's going to build for you? Who's going to do the work? You got to do something, right? Okay. So get to work. So that being said, I'm going to get up on out of here. Y'all take care. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. All right? I'm out of here. Peace.